Okay, and it's time for episode 2. So this is what happens when us four mates travel 2,000 miles from the UK down to Italy. So we saw rain, and more rain. Then I had a near miss, just as I swing left into the corner, front tuck, way. We got some absolutely beautiful riding in some good weather after all. And then we pressed on over the passes, and eventually we made it into the sunny part of Italy, Mandello Del Lario. It's not the first time you wrestled a sausage thing, is it? Oh, I'm funny. So our first day in Mandello just consisted of getting our bearings. So we walked around the town, we took a look down Custom Street, and then we took a walk towards the factory to get our obligatory photos, and then we visited the fantastic Moto Guzzi Museum, which has a range of bikes for any Moto Guzzi enthusiast or any motorcycle enthusiast. And here you're looking at the Genesis number 1. If you want championship winning race bikes, this is the museum for you. There is plenty to see, including the legendary Guzzi V8. I'm a big Dakar fan, so I love these trail bikes. And this is a version of my bike that has seen many a mile. And then there's the Dr. John Daytona, which gave birth to one of the sexiest bikes alive, the MGS01. Then we all took it in turn to admire some new Moto Guzzi models. I think a Stelvio could be on the cards for me in the future. And we met up at midday with some members from Moto Guzzi Club GB in order to have a dinner and a few drinks. This then of course escalated into a very long night out, with Al ending up dressed as a monkey and me asleep with a bottle of beer in my hand. So after that cacophony of noise of drums and revving motorbikes, it was now time for a walk around the town and catch some of the sights, see what bikes were rolling in and what we could find.
Gracias por el
then another late night rock and roll. What better way to fix a hangover than a dip in the pool and then a ride out? And we took a ride around one of the balcony roads near Mandello Del Lario. And this was a superb day's riding. We got in a good bunch of miles on some magnificent twisty roads. And then the afternoon turned into a bit more of an adventure. As we got off the road, I realised the bike wasn't running right. Turned out its regulator had failed. So a quick trip to Agostini's to replace the offending item and a nice shiny new one on board. All in preparation for us to have a nice relaxing meal at the lakeside with views like So, first day of our return trip. We went from Mandello Del Lario, Italy, to Lindau, Germany. Here you can see us heading towards those beautiful mountains containing the Stelvio Pass. And here is just a snapshot of how amazing this road is. You've really got to ride it at least once in your life. And you just keep climbing those 48 hairpins up and up and up. So we stopped at the top for a coffee before something like an episode of Wacky Races down the other side. And the traffic was a bit steadier, so we just tried to make clean, safe overtakes where possible. Then we entered the bikers' seventh circle of hell as we were travelling between Austria, Liechtenstein towards Germany. It just rained and rained and rained all the way until we got to the beautiful town of Lindau. Well, sadly for us, it looks like more rain. I love moments like this where we're just huddled under a bakery roof with a cake and a coffee to warm up. The next day wasn't too exciting for us. It was a day to cover mileage, so we pressed on towards Baden-Baden. Sadly for us, the B500 was closed, but we managed to pick up the B294, which is a great alternative. Just twisty turns and even enjoyable in the weather we had, which was, as you guessed it, some more rain. At the end of a long day's riding, we walked around Baden-Baden a little and treated ourselves to a massive schnitzel in order to lift our spirits a bit. So, from Baden-Baden, we picked up beautiful sunny weather, we hit the road, and we went to find some twisties between Germany and Belgium, with the end destination looking to be Bastogne. As you get near the Mosel River on the border with Luxembourg, you pass Cattenom nuclear power plant. It is an enormous installation and worth just riding past. We then rode on to Bastogne, and it was super busy in town, but we managed to get the last room in the last hotel. We then rode round and had a look at some of the memorials around. Went to the Mardisson Memorial, but the more touching one was the small German graveyard just outside Bastogne, and you can see in these pictures here. What better way to end the day than with a banquet and some beer? So from Bastogne we wanted to get within shooting distance of the tunnel, so the plan was to press on to Ypres. As you can see, the weather was on our side today and we hit the road, picked up some twisties and pressed on with making some miles. The plan was to get to Ypres early in order to see some more of the World War II history around that area. This is Hill 62 Sanctuary Wood, a small little museum, well worth a visit.
Oh my god, it goes on for miles. Oh, God. Oh, it's horrible in here. Oh, thank God. I can't crash my son. Oh, that's...
After taking in some history, we then rode through the Menin Gate into the town centre to pick up the hotel and grab a couple of beers and then watch the last post. Is I'm sat here with all these piss heads. I've only had one beer, so I don't know what.
Give me that. Fuck you.
After the last post, we sat down, had a couple more beers, and our final supper. I suppose every biker knows this feeling at the end of a tour. You cross the border to France and you're imminently on the pathway home. For some, it's a bit of a relief. For others, it's a feeling of dread. I'll let you decide. Oh, the joys of getting off the tunnel and trying to head north. So we pressed on through the traffic, filtered as much as we could, and tried to cover the miles. It's always a bit emotional when you have to part ways with your mates after a tour. A little wave, a blow with a kiss, or in Paul's case, flip me the bird. So that was 12 days, 2,000 miles, 4 mates, massive adventure, a very expensive regulator, and memories made for a lifetime. Thank you for watching.